Hello, in this lesson we will dig deeper to explore and compare synchronous to asynchronous programming. So, synchronous programming in simple words is a bunch of statements in a sequence, and each of these statements is executed one after the other. This means that for each statement to be executed, it has to wait for the previous one to execute first. So everything happens in a stepwise manner. So let's see the example from the previous time. So we can import time, and let's define a foo1 method. We can print foo1 method is called. Then we can say okay, time.sleep for 10 seconds, and then we can print foo1 method has ended, and then we can just define a foo2 method that we can say we can print foo2 method is called. We can set the sleeping time to 5 seconds and then print foo2 method has ended. And now let's print main. Okay, now let's call foo1 and foo2. So this will be executed one after the other. Let's run this and see what happens. So foo1 method is called, then we wait for 10 seconds for that to finish. Okay, so you can say that it has ended, and then foo2 method is called, and after 5 seconds foo2 method has ended. So this is an example of synchronous programming. So each of these steps is executed one after the other, each of these instructions. So asynchronous programming means that you don't have to wait for an instruction to be executed. You can go ahead and execute other ones while you wait for this to finish. So an example of this would be, let's say you wanted to upload a picture on Instagram. You could just upload the picture and navigate Instagram normally while the picture is still uploading. You don't have to wait for it to finish uploading, so you can do other things on the app. So last time we showed that the way you can do this in an asynchronous manner is you can create two new threads, threading dot thread, and actually let's import thread as well. Import threading. Okay, thread, and you specify as a target foo1, and you can do the same for another thread called t2 and set the target to foo2, and then you can just start these two threads, and as you remember from the previous time, they will start executing at the same time. So foo1 method is called and foo2 method is called. The foo2 method will finish after 5 seconds, and the foo1 method will finish after 10 seconds in total. So this is an example of asynchronous programming. So if we had to take a look at the baking a cake algorithm for synchronous programming, we would prepare the ingredients and weigh them, then we would combine and mix them, we would preheat the oven and bake them. If we wanted to do this asynchronous, we could start preheating the oven and at the same time weigh and mix the ingredients. So the total time that it takes for the cake to start baking it and finish, it would be significantly less, because we started preheating the oven and we save time instead of just waiting for each step to be executed one by one. So now let's just take a look at another example. So import threading. Let's create a new class called foo, and let's give it a parameter of threading.thread. Now we're just going to pass, so we want to make this empty, and let's run this. Okay, and let's call foo. Okay, so excuse me, two equal signs here. So as you can see, nothing happens. This method is called, but it's this class is, excuse me, this an object is initialized of type foo. Foo is now a class. So now let's define the constructor inside of the class. Okay, so let's define run. Actually, not the constructor, just a plain method inside of the class called run, and inside of this method we will just print run method is called. Okay, now let's just run this now and see what happens. Okay, so you can see that still nothing happens. Okay, so let's just create a new object, and we can say f.start. So now we can see that the run method is called. So this here method can run now. So keep in mind that by using the start method of an object, the run method will run of this class. So if we have defined a run method, it will run by doing f.start or whatever the object name .start. Okay, so that's it for this lesson. Next time we will be taking a look at the lock method, see how we can use it. So see you in the next lesson.